embrace what's approaching. The supreme moment, reality striking closer than it seems, don't it? Go ahead, it's for the taking if you want it. If not, the dream dies and you'll be forever haunted. Then confront it.
Okay, so this took a while, and yeah, I finally got around to it. Normally, I usually do this within the first couple of days of it being available, but you know, after the first day, I got to about like 350, and then all hell broke loose with the work situation. So I was like pretty much pushing like 70 plus hours, you know, nonstop for a while. And before the event went away, I figured I'd, you know, hop back on it and just go ahead and get the stage 999, because more or less this is more, you know, this is one of those, I don't know, memento type, keepsake type deals, because it only comes out once, and after that it's gone forever, you know what I mean? So I did it previously for both the Jiren and Omega Shenron event. So both of those raid events, I ended up going to stage 999, so I might as well keep the streak going and finish it out. And luckily, things kind of slowed down the past couple of days, so I was able to get back on it. So luckily, you know, I was able to squeeze this in before it went away, because I think it's a matter of, you know, the next 24 hours until this is pretty much gone forever. So luckily, I was able to get this done. And I gotta say, it does take a lot of time. As always, you know, people are probably wondering why I waste so much time on it. Again, this isn't really for anything, but I don't know. I hate to call it an achievement, but it's more or less just seeing if you can get there. I mean, because the event itself isn't difficult. I mean, you just bring in certain units. For this one, it was obviously, you know, bringing in Android and Cell Saga units. The EZA Super Saiyan 2 Gohan definitely does really well because of not only type advantage, but gets a lot of help from the Goku Gohan unit as well. And the EZA version is quite nice. The numbers are a little bit inflated in terms of output from all of these units, because they do get a bonus off of this event. But, you know, at the end of the day, yeah, it takes a long time, but it's worth it, I guess. I mean, we're here, so might as well, you know, kind of enjoy it, I guess. But yeah, in terms of the team build, it's pretty much exactly the same as the very beginning at stage 1. Pretty much the LR Cell leaders for the Android Cell Saga team. You've got the EZA Super Saiyan 2 Gohan, and then the exchange units, Goku and Gohan as well. They provide a passive support, and also enables Gohan to get that secondary passive skill for that further boost of 90%, I believe. And then you've also got the Super Vegeta unit. He's really nice for this one because he has guaranteed criticals against Android type enemies, so that comes in handy. He can actually produce a pretty decent amount of damage. And then LR Gohan's on it as well. My version is 55%, so you know, no areas for crits, but depending on the rotation, I think that unit can hit for about 3 million, so pretty good output overall. The cell units, of course, you know, depends on the potential levels. Mine's at 55%, so don't really expect, you know, a whole lot of damage out of that one. But friendlies, depending on who you choose, you know, can certainly apply some decent damage. But honestly, it's a matter of just getting things done within 3 rotations. I think average time was around probably a minute, depending on if the enemy cell unit wanted a super attack. That obviously adds on, you know, total time per run, but outside of that, it's yeah, it wasn't bad. It's just very time consuming. At the end of the day, that's what that was. I did forget, I did also use the LR Trunks unit. Definitely very, very helpful. He does have built-in crits and links up pretty well with a lot of units. So, you know, obviously you wanted to include him on there. And outside of that, again, it's just very, 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 very time consuming. That's really the bottom line. Outside of that, it's not overly difficult. As long as you bring in the right teams, it's not bad. And I don't know how many of you guys actually went past the stage 100. That'd be interesting to see how far you guys went as well. So definitely leave a comment about whether, you know, you stopped at stage 100 and called it quits, or you kept going and wanted to see how far you went. Of course, you know, there was a little bit of a delay for me this time around, so I'm sure quite a few of you guys have gone, you know, up to 999, or, you know, somewhere in between that and stage 100. So I assume that, you know, there's probably a few guys that tested the waters and see how far you could get. So I'm actually wondering how many of you guys actually went through it in addition to the first 100 stages. So definitely let me know in the comments for that. All right, so this is stage are level 997, so after this, it's going to be 2 more stages and pretty much call it a wrap. It's about that time. I mean, I don't know. In terms of total hours, I remember doing the calculation for it initially. I think it was somewhere around like 14 or 15 total hours based on an average time of like 45 seconds per run. That's pretty much what the math came out to. So, you know, that's if you did it nonstop. 14, roughly about 14 hours is like total time. So, you know, I definitely could have done it easily within the first couple of days. Like I said, when it first became available, I ended up making it to, like I said, like 350. That's, you know, finding time here and there in between work, stuff like that. But yeah, I mean, ideally I would have done it within the first couple of days, but you know, work takes precedence, so that's pretty much where it goes with that. But just fortunate enough to be able to clear it before it went away, because again, this is a one-time deal. It becomes available once, and that's pretty much it. I don't think. Well, it's not that I don't think. I know for a fact. Even with the keys, you can't even access these EZA battles or Extreme Z battle stages. So, of course, you know, if it's not going to come back, might as well do it. You know, have a screenshot or footage of it. Keep it as a memento type deal, and that's pretty much the extent of it. So what is this? We just cleared stage 997, so moving on to 998. I think 999, along with the music changing, I think the enemy actually increases the overall strength a little bit. I think like maybe the HP levels and defense levels increase a little bit. Not that it really makes a difference, but you'll see that here in a second anyway. But the quickest way to go through it was basically in the first rotation, if you had the EZA Super Saiyan 2 Gohan and then either the Goku Gohan unit or even like LR Trunks, if you had those guys on the rotation, you could pretty much clear it within the first one. Not even, you know, 2 super attacks in, you could pretty much beat Cell. So that was typically the quickest way. I think my quickest like actual time per run was like right around 30 seconds. So, you know, it doesn't take long. It just, the cumulative effort that it takes to get to this point is just, you know, it's not even difficult. It's just very time consuming. That's the bottom line. So I don't know. Like I said, I just did it for the hell of it. Honestly, it's a one-time deal. So that's really the only reason I did it. And yeah, like I said earlier, hopefully, I don't know. I'm actually curious as to how many of you guys actually went through it too. I assume a couple of you guys probably went through stage 999. I actually had a friend on my list that had already gotten to 999 probably about a week ago. So, you know, it takes time, but it's definitely easily doable. You just have to commit to it, I guess, you know. And it does make it a little bit easier making it up to like 500-600 stages in. At that point, you're already committed, you know, to getting through it. It's there's not really a point of quitting at that point, so you just have to kind of keep going. But I'd say around like 300, you start getting like, why the hell am I even doing this? You know, it's not even worth it at this point. You get crappy training items, and that's about it. It'd be one thing if it was, you know, if they were giving out Zenny. That would actually be a pretty sweet deal, and I would imagine a lot more people would do that, going through all the way up to stage 999 if that was the case, because, you know, it's always good to have a reserve amount of Zenny. I think I'm at like 1.5 billion. I think if I remember correctly, I forgot. I think the cap is like 1.999 billion or whatever, right? So it's getting there. So I think if they actually gave out Zenny for this, I probably would have been able to get the cap by now, but unfortunately that's not the case. So again, this is the very last battle. You can see the health bars are actually more than what they typically were before that, and then as indicated, the stats are a little bit better. Not that it makes a difference, honestly, but on top of that, the music does change, so it kind of gives you that celebratory atmosphere, I guess is probably the best way to put it. Now you could certainly include the EZA or the Vegeta Trunks unit as well. I mean, they do have type advantage, so you could certainly include them on that. But I just decided to go with the Goku Gohan to give that boost to the EZA Gohan. So it actually worked out well because I wanted to finish this off with the EZA Super Saiyan 2 Gohan. I figured it'd be the perfect fit for that. So glad the rotations worked out in that manner. So this should be the last super attack, so pretty much a done deal. Finally got past all the stages up to stage 999. Again, I don't even want to do the math, but roughly about 15 total hours. But we're finally here, so again, hopefully you guys enjoyed the video. Not looking forward to doing this anytime soon. Hopefully they don't release another version of this coming up anytime soon. Hopefully that's the case, but anyways, hopefully you guys enjoyed the video. As always, I do appreciate watching. Definitely stay tuned. We do have some more stuff coming up with the data download or whatever, so stay tuned for that. All right, I'll catch you guys later. Peace out.